Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome, and my name is Victoria, and welcome to Pembroke Beauty. So today, I have something also exciting. I feel like I say that in every single video that I film, but I do. I have something new, and so let me kind of give you a little backstory. So I recently was following Logical Harmony on Instagram, and I saw that she posted something about Wet n Wild not being cruelty-free anymore. And that really, I was kind of like, I don't really believe it. Like, they've been like notoriously cruelty free. So essentially what's been going on is that they've been selling knowingly to China, which forces animal testing, and that's not super cool. I'm a cruelty free. I really am a proponent of that. I don't really understand why it needs to be any other way, and so I just really try and not use anything that, you know, isn't cruelty free. So when I heard that, I was like, well, that sucks, because this highlighter is literally my life, especially in summer. This is like my favorite. The loose highlighters, this one's the Moon Tears one from their Gothic Graphic collection, but they have a bunch of other ones like I'm So Lit, which is like the exact dupe of that from themselves. Because that one was limited edition. So I was really upset because that's like the one thing that I am in love with from Wet n Wild. Like, I like other things from theirs, but that is the hands down most favorite thing I own that they have made. So I was like, well, I need something to be equivalent to that. So I was looking around Ulta this weekend with my mom, and we came across these. So this is the Nubian loose highlighter from Juvia's place, and this is in the shade Cleo, maybe. And so let me just open this up. First of all, this packaging is freaking beautiful and cool, like with the gold on the side. And so these were actually on sale this weekend because it's Memorial Day weekend, and I was like, oh yes. So this is what the packaging looks like outside of the carton. When you look at these, obviously these are different sizes and different prices. I saw that this one had like the same kind of tone on the inside, like you guys can kind of see it. The same kind of tone of highlighter on the inside as the Wet n Wild one. So I was like, this could be a really good dupe. So I swatched it, and it was really, really nice. So you can see that they are smaller, but this was on sale for $7, I believe, and they usually retail for $14, which I know is not like a super great dupe for this, because this one is, I think these go for like $4 or $5 for a size that big, but I don't like that it's not cruelty free anymore, and I just really, you know, I don't know. There's not any other dupes that I could find that were for the price range of the Wet n Wild one. And this looked like it was pretty exact, and I really like the color of that one, which is why I really wanted to go with this. So I bought this, and then while I was looking through the Juvia's Place section in Ulta, I came upon this. So this is the Nubian 2 palette, and this is just the box that comes in, so let me unwrap it. And then when you open it, it is so beautiful. So my mom actually found this, and she was like, oh, and I was like, that's beautiful, because I've looked at these palettes before and just been like, I don't know, because I've heard that they're amazing, and swatching them is incredible. So she finally talked me into it, because she was like, well, we could share it, and I was like, yeah, you're right, and it was on sale. So these retail for $20 originally, and I think we got it for like half off, maybe, or 20% off. So this is the inside of this palette right here. So obviously you don't get a mirror, but that is a beautiful palette, especially for summer, and it's very like bronzy and just warm and beautiful, like this shade, Egypt, oh, Cleopatra, Zuri, I mean, they all just are so beautiful. So I figured today I would be testing out Juvia's Place stuff, and we will see what we think. So yeah, I'm going to kind of do the same idea as what I did last week with my Morphe review, where I'm going to not really talk and just kind of do my eyes, and then we'll come back and reconvene. As you can see, I already have my face makeup on other than highlight, and I think I'm going to put that on right now, and then we will separate for a minute. They need to add like a little pulley tab. Oh, they do have one. I just couldn't see it. Alright, never mind. Immediately, right off the bat, that is beautiful. You can see the shift in there. Ooh! Okay, so I'm going to go in with my Luxie 660 brush, and I'm just going to pick, holy moly, I'm just going to pick some of this up, and we will apply.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm very pleased immediately. This is everything that I wanted. This is like exactly... By the way, I'm going to put like a side-by-side swatch of the two. So, thoughts, opinions. I mean, to be honest with you, they look pretty freaking similar to me. So, the most difference that I can see is that the Wet n Wild one is a little bit more silvery champagne, and the Juvia's Place one is a little bit more gold, but really, it is almost dead on. So, they both are not like the... they're fine, but they're not for the faint of heart. These are definitely intense highlighters, and if you're not into that, these are not for you. But if you are like me and you want to just be like glowy and kind of like, it's just... It's really, really blinding, but it's flattering. It doesn't like emphasize texture. It's really, really beautiful. So these are easy to blend out. That's one thing that I like using the big brush with, is that it is definitely easy to blend them and kind of make you just look glowy and wet, as opposed to kind of like you have a stripe of highlight on. So I'm going to now depart from you, and I'm going to do my eyes, and then we will chat. So I will see you in a minute. So I'm first going to go in with Morocco, and I'm just going to place that into my crease and fluff it around with windshield wiper motions. And I'm also going to take this underneath of my eye and just kind of make this a really messy transition color. I didn't want to be too precise. Then I'm going in with Madagascar on a more rounded brush, and I'm going to take this a little closer into our crease and really deepen up that color. I'm also going to take it a little closer to the lower lash line. Then going back in with the first brush and blending. Then I'm going in with Jezebel and Kenya on a Elizabeth Mott blending brush and really focusing this deeply into the crease and keeping it really low and more focused on the outer corner. I'm just going to build this pigment up and give a little bit of a shadow in there to really give the eye some dimension and act as a transition. Then I'm going back in with the round brush with no product and back in with the first brush again. Then I'm going back in with the Elizabeth Mott blending brush and just reapplying that color a little. Then I'm going in and cutting my crease with the e.l.f. concealer brush and some e.l.f. concealer too, I believe. And I'm just going to do this in a really small little section by section and drag this concealer through my crease. I'm doing almost a full cut crease, but right at the end I'm not really focusing it too much. I'm just going to let it fade into the outer shades. Now I'm going in with Egypt on a Lottie London brush, and I'm just using this on the inner third of my eye, and this shadow is so beautiful, I cannot even, it's gorgeous. Then I'm going in with the other side of that brush into Cleopatra, which is a royal blue, as you can see, and it's so pretty, and I'm just kind of using the green side of that brush to blend them together. Then I'm taking a really small, precise brush with a little bit more of Cleopatra, blending that, and then taking the Jezebel and Kenya shades again to kind of make it into like a green, blue, purple, and just blending all of that together. Again, I had to finish the eye out on the side, so adding the mattes really helped to blend that shimmer into the matte that we already had down. Then I'm just adding a little bit more of Egypt, and now I'm going in with more Cleopatra on my lower lash line and taking some more Kenya and Jezebel on my lower lash as well. Then I'm highlighting with Suri.
So this is the finished look, and I love how it turned out. I got a little worried about like halfway through and got like kind of frustrated. But then I like figured it out and we're good. So I really, really like how this ended up looking. Let's discuss my thoughts and opinions. So as far as this highlight goes, I think that this is a beautiful dupe for the Wet n Wild one. I think that if you are in the market for a cruelty-free, extra glowy highlighter for light skin tones, I think that Cleo would be your best bet from Juvia's Place. It is beautiful, it's cruelty free, it's paraben free. I love this highlight. Like, this will be my go-to highlight. I'm going to take this on vacation with me. This is just going to be like my go-to highlight for the rest of my life. I guarantee you that when I do my 2019 favorites, this will be in it, and I've only used it once. That's how much I love this. So I highly recommend it. They have a darker shade as well. I'm not sure what it's called, but like if you go to Ulta or whatever, you will see this one next to its darker counterpart. So if you have darker skin tones and you want a beautiful highlighter like this, definitely look at that one. By the way, do you guys like my earrings? Like, how freaking stunning, right? I know. I got them from Pretty Little Thing, so if you were looking for them, that's where to get them. As far as the palette goes, I really like this palette. So I have some things that I don't love about it. The only thing that I really don't love about it is that this is kind of like your lightest shade, and this brand, Juvia's Place, is more focused towards like darker skin tones, and so this would probably be a good transition tone for somebody with much darker skin than I do. But just for me personally, it is a little bit too dark for me to start out with. I think that if I was to use this again, I would go in with like a bronzer or something first and put that down as like a transition shade and then use these, because I did struggle a little bit to blend them in the very beginning simply because I didn't have a good like middle shade. Does that make sense? But if you are somebody who is darker than me, then you might really like this palette as far as the transition shades that are involved. As far as the mattes go, there's 4 in here and there's 12 total. So, you know, 4 and then 8 other ones that are shimmers. And as far as the mattes go, I loved the mattes. They were really, really good. They were buttery and smooth and easy to work with. They blended well. And then the shimmers were next level. I'm not even kidding. Like, well, you guys saw it. I mean, I put it over a damp base, but at the same time, I mean, these shades are pigmented. Be prepared, but this palette is gorgeous. So as far as my opinion on Juvia's Place in general, I highly, highly, highly recommend. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, definitely give this video a thumbs up. And subscribe if you haven't. You can follow me on Instagram and hit the little bell so you get notifications every single time that I upload. See you in my next one. Bye.